Today we feature a 2000 Gibson SG Gothic. In this story we have eBay fraud, scams, UPS, the FBI, murder. Well, maybe not murder, but you get what I mean. A lot of crazy stuff happened around this guitar, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, I have to tell you about my friend Dave. Dave is my good friend. We've played music together. He hangs out and plays non-traditional instruments. And at one point in the year 2005, he was interested in playing the electric guitar. So of course, he asked me for help. Now, if we recall back to the Stone Ages of 2005, if you wanted to buy a used instrument, you had a few choices. You could go to a pawn shop and get stabbed. You could go to Craigslist and get stabbed. Or you can go to eBay and get screwed. So we picked eBay because it seemed like the best choice, obviously. So Dave and I passed around some links on eBay and checked out some guitars. As an avid SG player, obviously I was going to point Dave in the direction of an SG. And around the time of 2005, these 2000 Gothics were going for about $500 used, which is a great deal. And we found this beautiful one. And Dave was hesitant, though. Dave wasn't sure it was a great idea. You know, do we think that this seller was reputable, where we can get a guitar? Something could go wrong. But I assured Dave, after doing my research on this seller, that they had lots of star reviews and they were a quality eBayer. So Dave put down a bid, and lo and behold, Dave won the auction. Yay! Dave quickly paid on PayPal and anxiously awaited his new guitar. Dave heard nothing from the eBayer, and the guitar did not arrive after a few weeks. So Dave reached back out to the seller and asked where his guitar was, to which the seller said, "I'm not sure what you're talking about. You emailed me and told me that you moved to Idaho and gave me a new address." Well, Dave obviously was confused because we were living in College Park, Maryland, not Idaho. I know, they seem like they're right next door to each other, but they're actually really far apart. So Dave contacted eBay support and tried to track down what happened, if he could get his guitar back, if he could get his money back, you know, questioning what to do with himself at this point. Well, it just so happens that this scammer had been pulling this scam for months and months, and not just guitars. But the guitar part was the worst one, obviously. The FBI had been tracking this thief. And eventually, after a few months of Dave following up, the FBI raided a warehouse in Idaho where this criminal was storing his gear. They contacted Dave, reached out, and said that they would ship the guitar to him, UPS. Dave was excited. About a week goes by, and a guitar box arrives at Dave's house. Dave opens the box, looks inside, and finds splinters and a multi-piece guitar that had been smashed in shipping. Now, anybody who knows Gibson, the first thought is headstock break. No, sir. This was quite a dramatic break right down the neck joint through the body. It just ripped the guitar apart. So Dave was heartbroken. He had waited months. At this point, it's March. He waited months for his guitar, and it arrives completely destroyed. Fortunately, it was fully insured by UPS, and they told Dave that in about 5 business days, he would have a check in hand. So that wasn't so bad. About a week goes by and Dave has no check. Just so happens they shipped the check to the scammer in Idaho. So UPS goes back and the insurance company, they void that check, send Dave a new check for the full price of the guitar. Now Dave wasn't sure what to do. He has a hunk of wood in pieces, chunks of wood. Would he roll the dice with another eBay purchase? Would he buy a lesser guitar new? Can't do that. What was he going to do? Dave and I talked, and we were going to roll the dice, take the insurance money, and get this guitar rebuilt the way nature intended it. As you can see, they did a fantastic job. This guitar is a player, and it sounds like rock. And that's what you want out of an SG. After paying the luthier, Dave had enough money left over to buy an amp, a strap locks, and some strings, and have a little left over for his troubles. So all in all, not a bad outcome after waiting months for a guitar and getting scammed. Dave, thank you so much for loaning me this guitar for a week or so to play on it. As I said, Dave had been all over the world, and it's taken about 15 years for me to touch this guitar. And I'm really happy that I got to, because it's a great guitar. Dave, I hope you enjoy continuing playing it. And good luck as you go on your next adventure. Thank you for watching. Less fiddling, more playing.